invisible? Oh.
Hey girl, hey everybody, it's Casey.
And it's Jan.
And welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Woo!
So how was your weekend, sis?
Oh, my weekend was all right. I mean, I didn't really do much, but I was productive. I did my homework. How was yours?
It was my birthday.
It was our birthday.
My sis turned 23. I'm old, you know.
Real old.
It was fun. It was calm.
Yes.
Nayana, our special little guest today.
That's also one of our homegirls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Nayana. I'm their favorite friend.
Wow, that was a jag. We met like at a party. Yeah, like going to a party. Like I think we was getting on the D bus and going to a house party. And she was about to
went to an involvement fair.
Yeah, and the way that we got actually really close was she broke up like
a
potential altercation
fight,
that was gonna happen between me and somebody else. Like,
that's a fact.
Yeah.
And I was a part of it too. And
so
that brought us together though.
That brought us together.
Thank God.
Violence brought us together.
Yes, it did. That's what it does.
So we got a lot to talk about, guys. So like, let's get into that.
Let's get into that.
So we gonna talk about like when you get like if you have a potential boo or something like that, right? Or just say it's your time of the month, whatever. And like the person that you talking to is getting on your nerves. Do you want attention or do you want space from that person?
I want space, but not physically. Like I want you to sit there, just don't speak to me.
That makes sense.
Like just don't speak to me.
Yeah, like play a little game, but don't talk to me.
I feel that.
I don't know. I like my space. I like, because when I'm like very annoyed or like frustrated, like I know I'm gonna take it out on you. So don't come near me, okay?
Nah, I feel like give me that attention, but I want the right attention. Like, don't try to be petty and give me space. I feel like you giving me space is being petty because no female I feel like wants space. Like, let's be honest.
I do.
Nah. I mean,
like when you're upset, you want
like,
space. I want that reassurance that you care. So if you giving me space, it's like, all right, you don't care.
I don't generally want it. I don't want you to be next to me, but I want you to try to be next to me. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it, but I want you to try.
like a timeout. Do a timeout. Like just don't speak to me for like 20 minutes or whatever like that. Yes. And then you come to me and be like, all right, listen, like you dragging it out.
Like all right, you dragging it. We don't need to be not
exactly.
speaking, But if you try to ignore me on some all day or like
that I don't
hours,
do.
Yes, and
I do not.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That's a problem now.
I just stopped talking to someone because he hasn't spoken to me. It's been a week now, so.
Wow.
So what happened? Spill that tea. No names.
It wasn't enough effort for me. Like I feel like he so easily let me not speak to him, and I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even actively trying to not speak to him. The last thing he said to me was whatever. So once you say whatever, I'm done.
It's clip.
That will give you a permanent.
Was that like via text or?
Yes. Well, Snapchat.
Not even a phone call, sis?
That was the last word we said to each other.
So what do you think? What do you think he's gonna text you back?
Yeah, like
nope.
So
I don't want it.
On
it's too late now. A week long. If someone doesn't speak to you for 7 days.
I mean, you know how we always say,
it's like
we're 7 days, but then like.
Yeah, I feel like 7 days is a stretch.
That's a stretch.
So you're gonna just clip everything?
Yeah, it's done.
I would clip it too, to be honest.
No, yeah, you're right.
Why would I sit here and if you're not giving any effort, like I said, like a whole week, it's like you don't care, like. And then, especially like if we left it off on like not really good terms, like why would you sit here and not link me for a week? Like, but then again, I don't know. Like, what do you feel about being that bigger person? I don't know. I can't be the bigger.
I can't. Like it's like that.
Varies.
Like people have a lot. A lot of pride. And you're a little prideful.
I think I just missed the window. If I was gonna hit him up, it should have been a couple days ago. 7 days is just too much because I know I'm not gonna get the response that I want if I hit him up. He's gonna be like LOL or something like that.
And was it getting serious?
Potentially, to be honest. He told his friends about me, and his mom, so.
Alright, well, to follow up with this, let's talk about the emotional intelligence
in these men.
Like, honestly, like, I just don't understand.
They don't understand. That's the problem. They don't get it.
But we'll get more in detail about it, like, when we get back into break.
Yes, we will. So, fellas, tune in.
Fast, y'all need to know. We'll be right back.
Welcome back.
Alright, so we are back with Let's Talk About It, and we was just right before the break, we was about to talk about the emotional intelligence in men. We apologize in advance for all the guys that's watching, but like we gotta talk about it, we gotta be real.
All right, well, according to Google's dictionary, the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions to handle relationships judiciously and empathetically is what a man is emotional intelligence. That's what it means.
That was like the real like.
That was a nitty gritty.
Yeah, that was a real professional definition.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I feel like emotional intelligence. I feel like they give like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they give excuses like when they not doing right. I feel like certain things is like common sense that they don't like to really think of. Like for example, like if like just like we were talking about earlier, if I'm mad at you, don't make me more mad by like not giving me any attention or not speaking to me for X amount of days. Like I just feel like that lacks emotional intelligence.
Y'all should be taking notes.
Yeah, like or like just certain things like on birthdays or holidays. It's just like certain things that you feel like you're supposed to know to do and you don't do it. So go ahead, bro. What you think?
I think that society grooms them that way because even growing up, like my dad would tell my brother like, oh, you shouldn't be crying, but like I feel like instead of telling your child not to cry or not to do whatever you're telling them not to do, you should replace that with a healthier way to express emotion and identify emotion. And they don't have that with men definition. Because I mean I was allowed to cry, but my dad would literally say don't cry like a little girl. So, and a lot of fathers say that to their sons a lot. I've witnessed it a lot.
And listen, I got the facts. I'm gonna take out my phone to tell y'all the stats right now. Like, so 11 out of 12 men, 11 out of 12 women outperform men when it comes to emotional intelligence, bro. That's crazy. Like what? Like.
Yeah, because it's like we know how to outlets. Like
we do. Wow,
we do, and we're not afraid to like give a disclosure about like how we feel and everything like that, as opposed to men, like they're it's constructed for them to like to just it's constructed for them to actually just like keep things inside, and like they can't do anything. I mean, it's like they can't do anything about it. Like they're trapped. Like they just have to fulfill that toughness.
Yeah, women, we like to vent. Like we have literally girl time, and girl time is usually venting. Men, they meet up, they go to the bars, they play games.
Basketball or something like that.
I guess that's
do you feel like it could be taught though? Like, do you feel like we could teach it?
They express it in sports. They express there's things that they express it and it's just different.
They do.
And you see how like
us as females cannot teach them because they have to learn it.
I think that's not our job per se. Just society in general needs to be more open to men expressing their emotions because just even though we say this, a lot of us, if our boyfriends are crying, is that attractive to us? Truthfully? Probably 9 times out of 10 it's not.
Low-key is.
Yeah, because it's like you're being vulnerable in front of me. So it's like if you're not that vulnerable in front of anybody else, then like
it depends why they're crying.
You so like why can't first off I want to know why is that not attractive for you to show the feelings that you've been wanting? Like,
not for me personally, just like in general, I know a lot of women will like make comments about men and say that that's not masculine to cry. Like a lot of women say that, so it's not even just men thinking that. There's a reason why they feel that way because look how we are, and like you can just see like guys, their emotion, it's just so different. Like even for video games, I feel like they're way too emotionally invested in video games.
And they need
like
to
it's
put
a
that
thing.
Emotion in us.
It's a real thing.
I have a question. So if the boy that that has stopped talking to you, if he's like end up being vulnerable and everything, like kind of like begs,
are you gonna take him
for
back?
your attention?
That's the question.
Begs for attention. Like listen, like I know what I did. Whatever, whatever they say. Are you gonna?
I could recognize that that's nice of him to do and appreciate it. But am I gonna be? It's been a week. Like I'm gonna be like, wow, that's so nice. Like I'm happy you expressed that.
You don't think he's busy?
It's okay because she has high standards, and it's okay to have high.
I also have him on social media, in which he watches my story and posts his own when he's free.
Yes.
Oh, that's not what we do. That's not what we
you
do.
can't.
You go, you know.
Nah, not especially if you did that.
I hate that. They always want to act childish when, like, for what? For what?
But while we into this whole topic, let's get into the whole next dating stage and about, like, do you feel like it's acceptable to date someone, like, way older than you or just way younger than you? Like,
Depends. It depends how old you both are. Like, a 10-year age difference is different when you're in your 40s and 50s.
But what about Beyonce and Jay-Z? I mean, they're 10 years apart.
They're working out, aren't they?
no,
No,
I'm talking about, like, Kylie and Tyga and people like that. Like,
I think it just. I mean, love
Look at
has
these
no.
pictures.
I
Have you
think love has no age. So it's like if you build that bond and that connection, and it's just so tight. I mean, all right.
I disagree.
It's not really okay in our society. But I'm just saying, like, if you really love someone and everything, you know.
So
I don't know
think?
if I would say it's unacceptable.
Okay,
I think it is.
look
It
at
is
these
unacceptable.
examples. With these examples that we have, like with
Yes.
Tyga and Kylie and Reginae Carter and what's his name, YFN Lucci. Do you feel like because he has kids and is like 27 or pushing 30 and she's only like 19. Like, so you have a baby mama, you have like you up
That's
there
a
in age,
lot.
like that's marriage age.
It's a lot
You know?
to make yourself basically a stepmother at 19.
Yes.
Like that's just a lot. And like, yes, you can learn something from people who are older than you and younger than you, but like you grow up in a different world. Like the world was not the same when she was born and then when he was born. It's just two
and then
different
on top of that, I feel
dynamics
I
completely.
think
she could be easily manipulated because she's just so young in the head. So
Not
it's like
necessarily.
I think.
You can manipulate anybody at any age.
I mean.
I feel like
Yes and no. You know, there are a bunch. You know, a lot of accounts where like a woman is like kind of like forced into like being in a relationship with an older man because of what he provides for her. You know, money.
Yes,
you know,
okay.
security, all of that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not okay. But I mean, if they have a healthy relationship, what do you
Sometimes it works.
what do you
know what I
think?
mean? That's
Yeah,
why
like
I
what do
wouldn't
you?
use the word unacceptable because it's also a cultural thing. Because in other countries, there's different like social
Yup.
laws.
Exactly.
We're not in those other
Exactly.
countries. So
Because
it's
we're
lucky.
America. We're
Yeah,
America.
we're in America. It's not. I don't know.
It
I just
happens
feel
a
like,
lot.
Okay, so what's the highest you will go, or
For
the
me,
youngest you
well,
will go?
I'm 20. Oh my god, I'm 20. Okay, I'm 20. I think I would maybe a 24-year-old is the oldest.
That's see
decent.
that's.
I hang out with you and you're 23. Like it's not that much of a difference.
How about you, Jan?
Like between, like, like my age and 99.
You?
All right.
You?
All right,
Oh my
all right.
God, be
No,
serious.
I would 24, 25. 25 is really the
That's
it's the
good.
biggest limit. Yes, it's a lot. Yeah.
So
it's
then
a really
y'all out
limit.
here trying to be all politically correct.
But
Y'all
I'm just
supposed to be
saying, like,
agreeing with me the whole time.
I'm just saying, like, that's just how it is in, you know, in other people's worlds. But you know, in my world, I'm not going to be like that. I want to date
expect
someone
that.
that's appropriately older than me, and I don't want to date.
First of all, I
anybody
can't bring
younger.
home a 30-year-old. My mom, like, I don't have the family that would accept that. But like another thing, I really don't know in what situation I would be in to even let myself start to get like romantically involved with someone that much older than me. You know what I mean? Like what
Yeah, I
situation
feel you.
did they even like how did that even happen? Because as soon as if I'm with somebody and he's like 10 years older than me, I'm not even thinking about him in that way. Like
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like you can have people who are older and you're like, oh, he's handsome, but a whole like, oh, a relationship. No.
All right, guys. Well,
So we're gonna
we'll be
wrap
right
this
back.
up.
But we'll be right
right
back
back.
with more topics. So stay right there. All right, we are back. Let's get into this tea. Like a lot of things have been done this past weekend, right?
Facts. Just this past was a whole in the NBA. What? Yo.
At the Lakers season opener, it started by Brandon Ingram fouling James Harden and shoving him. And after that, Rondo and Chris Paul had some words, and then they got into it, and then just punches just started flying. Even like spit was involved. So like,
Man, that was yeah. I heard what's his name? Rondo. He's Chris.
yes, like, these are some of the memes. It says James Harden, this is beyond me. Like he dead walked away when they started getting into it. Like it's crazy. Like yeah.
I couldn't be in that situation. I mean, what do you do?
From what I know, I just know like allegedly they've been having for like years, Rondo and Chris Paul, like for a while now. So it's like, I guess it just been like up and then boom, things happen, and like Rondo spit in this man's face. Like
that's a fight. That's a fight on my block.
Yes. and then what's his name? Chris Paul just started like shoving him. Like he like mushed him. He mushed his face like.
Like a whole like.
Yeah, I thought we had a video, but if we didn't, like they just mushed his face, and then out of nowhere, somebody threw the first punch.
Locked him like
yes, like threw the first punch, and then
see, I would have too. Like you spit in my face.
Chris Paul low-key did a little uppercut, like it was crazy.
Oh, he did like.
But like all players got suspended for like I think 2, 3, 4 games, and Chris Paul paid with a hefty fine, like $491,000 plus.
Damn.
Yeah, like the most.
Oh my
God. Yeah, we're gonna see what else happens with that story. But in other news, Ariana and Pete broke up, and it's like
I really can't believe that they did that. Being Mac Miller had just passed.
Yeah. So like a source told Entertainment Tonight that Ariana made the final decision. And that it was just time for this because it wasn't the right time. And, like, Pete is just incredibly heartbroken. He's still so in love with her, and he wanted his whole world to be, like, evolved around her. But, like, she was just so unemotionally, like,
she's not stable right now because, like, she just lost. I mean, clearly Mac Miller was kind of the love of her life.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't really know too much of their relationship, but they were together for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's like, hearing about that, his passing, like that's gonna, it brings like so much tension around me. I have like this whole weight on my shoulders. I'm sad. Like, and
I just feel like she just really needs to be alone because like they was planning a whole engagement party. And it's just like, how can you be that emotionally invested into something that you plan on doing for your whole life, being with somebody for your whole life, and the person that you were just with just died, and people are all on social media saying that it's because of you.
Yes, because of her, and then she can't take that. I mean, I wouldn't be able to take that also. So, I would definitely have called it off and wanted to isolate myself from these things and take some time for myself.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, the source also said that like she just wanted to run away and just get a peace of mind be quiet and just like step away from the world, which is understandable. And then Pete recently went on a show. I forgot what show it was, but like he was talking about how he needs a new place to stay because allegedly like they had a place in Manhattan, Soho, and like. She spent bread on that, like, by herself. Like, he didn't even put money into it.
What?
So now it's like, all right, does anybody need a roommate? That's what he was joking about that, like, because he has money, obviously. But he was joking about that, like, I need a new place to stay. Who needs a new roommate?
I don't know enough about him, though. Like, who is he? I mean,
he's a host on SNL. Oh, my goodness.
Listen, like, I don't, like, I'm not very aware of, like, what's going on, like. In terms of like them, like just these new like relationships wise, like how they come about and everything.
Yeah.
Because I only see them like on Instagram, but I don't.
Honestly,
really
I didn't like them together anyway. I feel like Sis was just like he was just a rebound for.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you think it happened so quickly?
Yeah.
Or
Sis could have been cheating because it don't make no sense how you hop into a whole. About to get married situation after you just broke it off with guy over there. Like, this is crazy. Like, honestly.
Yeah, she jumped the gun, and she just needs to, I really hope that, she gets herself together.
Facts. Yes. However, when an old relationship ends, a new one begins. Look at Amber Rose and her boo, like, they looking mad cozy and whatnot. Like,
yeah, they've been all over Instagram, booed up and everything.
Look at that.
Look at that.
She even calls him her twin. First off, I feel
they
like
do look alike. I was about to say that. They do.
I don't even be dating my cousin. Like, I just feel like they look too similar. Like, I just feel like why is it that they both have blonde shaved heads? and it's just like the structure is just a little bit of the same. It just no. She looks like she's dating her cousin, her brother, her whatever.
I mean, you ever heard that saying like you when a couple
when you
together,
get to, you
when you get together, you start to look
but
alike.
I feel like they
yeah.
haven't been together enough to look alike. Like they just automatically look alike. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Listen, if she don't know that's a family member, that's a.
I want to know though, how do you feel about her jumping like into a new relationship after she was just dating this NBA player and she was claiming that I love him, I love this. Like it just seems like every relationship that she gets in, she says I love you or this is the best relationship of my life and this and that, and it's just like, is it a double standard or?
Yeah, maybe like I think she's just trying to look for the kind of love that she really wants, and if she can't, and that's really, it gets really messy because it's like you don't know what you want, but then you do know what you want, but then you're trying to look for it in like different people, and if you're not seeing it in different people, it's not okay to like just keep going into different relationships. But even so, like I mean, I don't know. I hope it's not her like it's not her know. Like her like messing up the relationship. Maybe
I feel like it is. I feel like her expectations is very high.
Yeah.
And like,
because I never hear about her her partners. What they do
and then on
everything.
top of that, she's very overly sexualized, and I feel like that could get to a man's ego, and like that starts to kind of messes with his head, making him seem like, all right, you doing too much. Like
she
you
does.
Showing
She
off
expresses
too
herself.
much.
Yeah. Like
too bluntly.
Nudity.
Yeah. Like
and everything, which is cool. Like she's fire. She is fire. But like it's the way that you present yourself.
Yes.
It's like people are gonna start talking like like what you
like
have
you
a son.
Let your girl do that.
Yeah,
you gonna let your shorty do that.
You have a son.
You have a son.
And
like it's just I don't know, man. It's a lot. Like seriously.
All right. But we're gonna get into a quick break, and then we got more tea to spill, y'all. It's never ending.
Hey guys, so the last chat that we want to talk about is Kanye West and just the recent meeting that he had with our president. So, what you know about it?
Yeah, I definitely have some strong opinions about Kanye as a person and what he said in the office, but just as Kanye himself, I know he's like, he hasn't been himself ever since his mother had passed. So, which I believe is true, but because Kanye is like a trope in a sense, that within the black community, us black folks, we don't know how to seek. We don't have the tools to like access or seek help from, because, oh, well, damn, I'm tongue-tied right now.
It's all good.
I just think that he didn't really get the proper help that he needed, and being that in our community we have like that suck it up mentality, like we're always like having to suppress our emotions, being that something traumatic as a death of a mother has happened.
All right, well that's our show for tonight, guys.
Yes.
So tune in in 2 weeks from now, we're going to talk about hair, music, and all of that. So please come back, and we're going to be lit.
Can't wait, hair, music.